What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be playing around with a title called Nightmare Frontier. Don't know too much about this title except that it was created by the people that made Hard West. And so we're going to check the game out for about 30 minutes today. They just dropped a demo. It seems to be like a combination of like an action RPG like Diablo, a turn-based game like something like Battle Brothers, and then on top of that with like extraction mechanics. And so I figured we'll take a jaunt into the Weird West and see how things turn out for us. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description where you can acquire that demo, and thus you can vet all of my thoughts about the game for yourself. But today we'll be doing some light first impressions commentary, maybe some suggestions for how the game can get better or what it's already doing well, and let's dive on into it. Alright, so we get to put down up to 3 people in our posse to hunt monsters out here in the Wild West. Our first guy is Tobias Twitcha. It looks like he's got some speed. It looks like he's afraid of horses, which is kind of a weird phobia. But then again, I've been bit by a horse before, and I kind of get it, dude. You get bit by a horse, you're like, ow, that hurt. This guy's afraid of spiders, and everybody's HP's a little bit low. This person's a brawler. What was the last person? Last person was a gunslinger. Okay, so put a gunslinger then. Nope. You come back over here, gunslinger in the corner, brawler front and center. There we go, Jed Calloway, that right there. That's one of them names of a man of action. So with our gunslinger, I'm going to guess that it's probably a really bad idea that we rock our gunslinger up on the enemy to, like, fight with them. That sort of seems like something that might not work out for me. They want me to fire a cone over here. I mean, if I can get to right there, maybe the cone will go through. Let's try it. Move over to here, Jed Calloway. When a Houston's adjacent to an enemy, it's engaged in combat, speed's reduced to 1. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. I would suggest that we AoE these guys, but does his punch actually do anything? Oh, it pushes him around. Nice. A punch between the eyes, and then he follows it up, and it does look like we've got sort of into the breach style bouncy ball mechanics taking place with how the characters move. And in fact, this is probably building on the same engine that they used for Rogue Waters, which was the game that they made after Hard West 2. I like some of the animations kind of look familiar in the way that enemies like stumble backwards. If he's got another punch, yeah, give it to him. Let him have it. There we go. Smack him up. So we've been victorious. Did we get any sweet loot? We got a broken weapon. Some of its parts might be worth scavenging. Okay. The city didn't roll out a welcome mat, just smoke, silence, and that slow-crawling dread that sticks to your bones. You came in with scraps of intel and word of some silver-tongued snake who swore the ruins were fat with loot. And us, we didn't even ask what kind of nightmares was waiting to chew us up. And that's where we were supposed to find the fixer, a guy who rode out the cataclysm and figured out how to turn it into pocket change. He was meant to hand us a map of the city and walk us into the depths of the nightmare. Yeah, I'm guessing that didn't happen. So on our district map, we can lead the scavenger posse by selecting our next raid destination. Okay. So over here, we got the monolith. The party regenerates 1 HP at the start of each turn. Let's move them up. And you've acquired a powerful buff. It will support your entire scavenger party for the next 3 tactical levels. Hell yeah. Looks like we've got 3 fights in front of us. I don't know what... We got a pharmacy versus a shelter over here. I wish that went in any direction, because then I go for the center. And if I need a healing or a horse, I go the other way. Let's go... Well, this right here gives me dynamite, and that one gives me a pocket knife. That one gives me boots. Are the boots any good? What do the boots do? Does it tell me the stats? It don't, but let's head on over here because, you know, a nice pair of boots is never nothing to turn your nose up at. We're fighting with wraiths this time around. Okay, you start out right there. My brawler, start out right there. And let's fight. Go ahead and zap that guy with your pistol. Looks good to me. And then you start moving around the back real fast. And then with this guy, I'm guessing we kind of just want to punch him backwards into the enemy. There we go. That's looking pretty good. And then we've got another punch over here. My man's got the knuckle sandwiches, dude. He's feeding them up. He's got those $5 foot-long knuckle sandwiches. Like, who rocks up on a demon from hell and just punches it straight in the face? What are you, Constantine? You know what I mean? We got some Mustang boots that give +1 speed. Okay, I can live with that. Take it all. We do have an inventory screen over here, and we can put these on our characters. However, it doesn't look like it changes their appearance around, which is kind of a bummer. Was hoping that every single run I would have sort of this motley assortment of dudes wearing different equipment from the last time I played. But I suppose with the 3D modeling and everything else, it's probably a headache to get that all going, and it's probably a big expenditure. So over there we can get extra HP, or we can get 3 HP. Doesn't really matter, because we're all at full HP. Can we overheal? No, we do not overheal. And then we've got first contact. The alley where our goddamn fixer should have shown. Trouble came first. He's still breathing for now. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our new guy. Do we get to pick what we want? Oh, we have to do a fight first. So if we're up against Wendigos, and we've got to extract this guy over into that area. Like, we don't actually have to fight here. We just have to escape. Let me put down my gunslinger, and I'll put down my brawler right there. And hopefully he gets a turn. This person does indeed get a turn to deal 3 damage. Let's smack that one real quick, and it doesn't look like there's any limitation. They get an attack of opportunity when I move? They don't. Okay, so start moving them towards the exit then. From there, I figure we just finish this mook off with 1 pistol shot right to the booty cheeks. If I had to aim somewhere, that's what I would aim for, the butt cheeks. The butt cheeks are the weak spot on every single enemy. And then Tobias has a little bit of movement he can play around with, so let's move him up. And then he can't really do a whole lot right now. And this guy, I don't think, is actually going to be able to get into baseline contact, and his shotgun blast won't reach either. Maybe I should have given it to him since he's the one that's going to be closing the gap. Maybe I'll swap the boots over. He's got a ranged attack, so it looks like he can fire pretty far. So I figure we put the boots on this guy instead. I may have made a bad error right there. Everybody has a little bit of regeneration. How hard does that thing hit? It hits for 1. But we've got regeneration, so that works out pretty well. You finish off. Oh, he can only punch. Okay, move over to here then. Punch him back by 1. You gat him up. Move over to here. And then I don't want him to bump my own guys. There we go. So that'll work. Bro, I would brag about that for the rest of my life. Never let anybody stress you out about your receding hairline ever again, bro. You rocked up on a 9-foot-tall werewolf with antlers, and you knocked his ass out like Friday. Just, bow! This guy's kind of my hero, dude. I kind of believe in this guy right now. This guy is kind of giving me rad vibes. I'll take the Wendigo Claw, carved from the frozen knuckles of a Wendigo. Sharp as sin, cold as a dead unpaid, and then we've got Nightmare Essence. Don't know what Nightmare is, but hey, we've got Nightmare Essence. And we've got a 3rd character now, which is nice. So I was going to swap these boots around so that my closer can get closer. See, he's got that alpha body right now too, dude. This is what MMA fighters used to look like back in like 2001, back before it got popular. Like, they've just got like that bar brawl look to them where there's like no technique, no style, just pure brute strength. Does that do anything? I can't drag that onto there. It said I could use it to upgrade guns or something, but we maybe need a facility in order to do that. The safe passage, escape the city. Okay, let's escape the city real quick. Poor bastard we dragged out of the alley looked like a man who bet big and lost ugly, shaking, stinking, and holding on to nothing but nerves and fumes. We bunked down to some half-collapsed wreck quiet enough to matter. He caught his breath, spat blood, and slapped down a map. Faded and torn, barely holding together. Map showed the city, or what's left of it, a sprawl swallowed by the goddamn nightmare. So we had victory in the slums, and we picked up a couple of goodies and a new character. I'll take that. Situation ain't look good. The city was torn to hell by a cataclysm none of us rightly understood. Some called it God's wrath and others blamed savage witchery. Either way, it cracked something open, let a fierce force out that fed on fear and hauled nightmares out into the daylight. We didn't come looking for meaning, we came for loot. Had our greedy eyes set on the posh end of town, treasure fat enough to choke a banker. We getting there meant wading through a goddamn army of monsters, but going in blind, that's gonna be a one-way ticket to hell, paid in screams and blood. We moved slow and careful, like rats slitting through a house full of traps and hoping the damn floorboards wouldn't creak too loud. The fixer we saved claimed he could upgrade our gear with spare junk. Sounded like bullshit, but hell, we were desperate. Even rust was worth the gamble if it gave us any damn edge. Okay. So we can salvage the broken weapons we've got on this overworld map. I'll go ahead and do that. So we've got a couple of gun parts thrown together that we can play around with. And that means that I can potentially upgrade somebody's gun and or pistol. Okay. I think I'll probably... Oh, we need a pocket knife to upgrade his gun. I should have taken the pocket knife. I took the boots. Okay, that's fine. I'm not upset. Let's just upgrade his pistol then. And that's going to turn it into a 6-shooter too. And it looks like now it debuffs the enemies so that they deal less damage. Let's go ahead and do it. And it gave him duelist. Self-prepare for incoming attacks. Deals damage to the attacker if they remain in line of sight after attacking. Like, attacking anyone or attacking him specifically? I have questions. Exit on out, and he said, we scrounged up enough parts to juice up our gear. The crusty bastard we pulled out of the gutter offered up one of his rust-bitten pieces for research. Didn't have much of a selection, but hell, beggars don't get to bitch. Let's get a dynamite seems like a really good idea, like having a grenade. I've played enough XCOM games to know that having a grenade will absolutely save your life in moments where you didn't expect to need a grenade. We're nothing left to do but tinker with the bloody thing and see if we could squeeze some real bite out of all the busted stuff. Okay, let's put the dynamite on somebody. He's ranged already, so we'll throw the dynamite on him. It looks like it only does 1 damage, but it does it in an AoE, and so might be helpful, especially if it ends up being the case that dynamite's like a free action, like using up a pocket item, and we need to go, so does it matter? Not available in the demo. Okay. The slums are where we're heading. So in the slums, we got nothing but combat in front of us. The shimmer. I don't know what the shimmer is, but I guess we'll find out. Handgun holsters. So we got fireproof boots, handgun holster, and another dynamite. I want another grenade. I want everybody to have a grenade on them. Sometimes strange anomalies appear on the streets. They contain highly concentrated nightmare, which you can gather as a resource. They also grant a special ability that will aid your scavengers in their darkest hour. The deadliest gunslinger in the town ain't even human. Gun Spider sees you, you're getting shot. All of you, at once, with all of his guns. Brace yourself for a bullet storm. Okay, so we probably want to take him down first. So give me my brawler over there, and my gunslingers and whatnot over here. And he's just going to kind of like hold the line. You do 3 damage, so kill Gun Spider outright. I don't want Gun Spider to exist anymore. How far do these guys move? Far enough. Let's move back over here. Actually, no. Let's move you over here. Let's move you over here. He's got line of sight on a big ol' passel of nothing right now. And then if you can do anything, I'd like you to do it, but actually we don't really have a play right now, so I'm going to fall back to like right here so that we have them inside of like a kill zone, I guess. Okay, what does the nightmare do? The sum of all fears, so nothing for level 1, level 2. And then at level 3, they get Frenzy and a speed boost. They get vulnerable strikes. Okay, so they get a lot of fun toys if we don't handle this problem. Jesse Crowder. Oh, he only gets 1 shot with his gun. Okay. It's a little horrifying. He can't make a shot over there. He can throw a grenade at somebody, though. It counts as an action, however. Okay, one thing at a time. You rock up on this dude. Engage with him. Knock him into a wall and bust his cheek open. You kind of do the same thing, I suppose. If we got knockbacks, we might as well use them. I wish there was no follow-up on those attacks. Like, I wish you could choose whether to follow up or not, because I wanted to push him back, not necessarily anything else. We're about to take some damage! Okay, so down here... Can you punch him from there? Knock that Wendigo out. Everybody's trying to be as tough right now as my man Jed Holloway. Get him with the shotgun, yeah. I don't know if he's got line of sight from right here, but I need him to have line of sight from right there. And my man had it. Done blown that dude's dicky-doo out his butt. That's what I'm talking about. Nightmare Essence, Wendigo Claw, and another Dynamite. All right. Let's go to the Burning Shimmer, I guess, to get +1 range damage. I think that'll be helpful. We've also got another survivor over here, so we're actually picking up like an entire troop. Flint Fandango. That's a name right there. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Let's have you guys set up. Oh, I only get 3 guys. That's right. Okay, well, since we already have a rifleman, I'll play him instead, I think, over on this side. And let's line up the fight. So he's got a pretty powerful rifle shot, but I think it's going to have to be reserved for old Gunspider over there. Otherwise, we're going to have headaches and problems. For you, I can knock you back. I can also shoot somebody. I think that might be our look and like what we want to do. Get over to there so that you can line them up for a punch on the next turn. Yeah, at least get rid of like one of them. We killed like half the battlefield right there, and I'm okay with that exchange. And then if I can kill this guy off with a knockout punch right there, should make our next turn pretty simple and easy. So Overcome gives them an extra turn whenever they kill somebody. Gotcha. Can you throw that healing onto somebody? Okay, well, just heal yourself then. Perfect. He got that he got that brown jug full of goodies right there. We'll end the turn right here because I can't move or do anything else. He's kind of beat up, though. That's a one-time per battle type deal. Okay. Shoot the Wendigo. Flint Fandango, I'm going to need you to get on in here, brother. Knock him back towards good old Jed, and then Jed will finish him off. Perfect, dude. Just rock up on these monsters. They can't scare us with their ridiculous happy trails. I'm not afraid of them. I think I'll take the +1 HP to the entire party right here. That right there is a safe passage. We've also got Shimmer over there, though. Let's get another pair of Mustang boots, I guess. Like, I can't help but feel like I still need a little bit more mobility. Like, mobility is life in games like this. They got 2 of the Gunspiders. Okay, well, with double Gunspider rocking out over here, give me a Rifleman right there. Obviously, Jed's going to be coming. And then give me my Pistolero right here, too, and then we'll fight. We're pretty safe on this turn, so go ahead and just light him up. I don't know how far Gunspider can move to, but it doesn't look like he can achieve line of sight. Heal him back up. I don't know how him drinking the liquor makes him feel better. It's a strange world we live in. How far can they move? We're actually at, like, the perfect range right now. That'll vanish at the end of the turn? I mean, I don't have time to get over there. Let's just stay where we're at for right now. Okay, nightmare pressure on us. He stayed back by 1, which was probably smart considering. All right, Callaway, get on in there, man. You got one job to do, and it's called bust these cats up. You fall in from behind. See if you can get them with a shot. Good stuff. You've only got punching to do right now. So pretty much just stay where you're at, because they can't really move past us over here, so I'm not that worried about it. Oof, 2 damage on that one. Stingy. Okay. Knock him back into the wall. You knock him back into him. Follow up. You get your overpower. Smack him in the dome piece. Oh, I was hoping that would 2-banger him. Okay, never mind. And then you over here. Oh, he can't get there. Oh, no. Fine, just shoot him. Run up and point blank him like a gangster. That's all you can do right now. Technically, I get him with a grenade, but it's going to blow up my own guys. All right, finish him off. What is the punishment for a man that shoots me? Being punched to death by Big Jed. There's another pair of them boots, which will be helpful, too. We will get 1 HP back to the party. We will get a random unit gets 3 HP. A lost soul. Oh, we get +1 survivors out here. Okay. So we're going to have like a big party, dude. We're going to have like a lot of people with us. It seemed like these rifle guys were kind of slow. So we'll give them the next pair of boots. And hopefully that ends up being helpful. As far as grenades are concerned, that should probably do her. And now we got to decide between a maw, a pharmacy, and a shimmer. Well, let's go rescue this guy first, but... God, there's so many of them. Do I get to deploy more posse this time around? Like, when they keep getting more guys. When do I get more guys? I have questions about the fairness and validity of this situation. Put my gunslinger in right there. Put him right there so he can knock that dude out. And I think that's the best I can do for right now. So Elijah is a new class, a chopper. So he has literally a chopper. It doesn't do knockback though, so move him over to here. And we'll give those guys like the bumpage. I'm a hand grenade right there, because I think it'll be helpful. I'm gonna gat this dude down. Let's just focus on our front end for right now, I think. Give him a shotgun blast. We got a lot of shooters back here. Move up to here. Heal yourself. I guess I could have moved over there and smacked him in the face too, but that's life. Oh, we're now engaged. That's my bad. Can I rotate the camera at all? I can. There we go. That'll help out a little bit. No, my gunslinger! Is he like permanently dead now? Or like what? Oh, I can put in new people. So actually, yeah, this is basically Rogue Waters in a different setting. It's got like the exact same setup where as people die, you put them back in. They're kind of like disposable, I guess. You move over to here. Shotgun blast both of them. Punch him in the face. You come over here. Shoot him. And then you give him the old choppities. Victory, but at what cost? A gun spider's spine, ripped from a gun spider, still warm and hungry for a trigger. Okay. Yo, this guy's got like the bandit hood on. This man's like ready to go. People really like dynamite in this game, don't they? Everybody got dynamite in their pocket. Can't use that stuff yet, but maybe someday. If we go here, we can deploy one extra guy into battle, which I think would actually be kind of helpful. Maybe get a cavalry saver for the chopper, because if they keep their upgrades in between runs, like really developing out these characters, I think is our best plan. I can't read that at all. Hopefully it didn't say anything important. He's got riposte. Okay, so get me all my shooters over there. You give me Jed over here. And then you give me Choppa over here, I guess, to hold him off, I suppose. Probably our best bet. We're a little spread out, but it's going to have to do. Get the gun spider for me. And then if and you would, move up here. Clap some damage on that idiot, although it moved him to a weird spot. Who can throw dynamite right now? That will blow up my guy. But it uses up his action if I do that. Kill the Wendigo. Perfect. Then he can throw a dynamite with overcoming. But he can't get it far enough back, unfortunately. Collect the nightmare essence so that we know what that does. Throw the bomb right there. Good. Take the nightmare anomaly, since you don't really have much else to do. Chopper. Let's get it popping over here. Let's do this thing. Perfect. Nice hit right there. And he's got a punch to follow up with. Nope, it swapped my character. So you can use Nightmare Essence to heal wounds, cleanse negative statuses, push away Dreadweavers, or keep it till the end of the fight to get a rare resource. Okay, I think I can potentially live with that. Get them both with the shotgun Blicky Blast. And then maybe move over to here so that he at least needs to move around like cover. I'm a little worried about him right now. I'm not sure he's going to make it. Depends how hard he gets smacked on his turn, I guess. And I'm still going to need these guys to come back over and help, too. Oh, he can attack through his own allies? Well, I couldn't predict that. Realistically, that should kill him, too. He just AoE'd his own troop line, and so, like, little bit scummy, but I'll take it. Over here, you go ahead and knock him out. Get yourself another punch. Knock him back. You finish off him. And then I don't think he can get into range for anything right now, which is kind of unfortunate. Just get everybody back over here. I was a little bit worried that I was kind of overcommitting in one direction, but God, they hit so hard, dude. The hell just happened there? Oh my God, there's a new one on the battlefield. Okay, this guy right here. Now I know this guy's high priority next time. Like, he's got to go first. These riflemen are really sort of balanced around the fact that they're kind of weak and not too good. I think we're probably dead here either way, so let's just go out hard. Oh, they have Frenzy, too. That's fun. Whew. Nasty turn. All right. I don't think I can, like, get out of combat, so, like, let's just leave it, and we'll see what the metagame progression looks like, because we're kind of, like, out of time anyways. Like, this is honestly a good spot to wipe. I was going to force a wipe pretty soon anyways. Defeat. So we went on 12 in our raid. We lost our items and our gear. Oh, I thought we kept our items and our gear when we went through. Okay. So you got to kind of, like, bank that stuff. Okay, so from what I can tell, you keep your scavengers, but you lose all of your loot every time you die. So we actually have to successfully make it through before I think it locks in the loot. Gotcha. Well, I mean, it's fundamentally the same as Rogue Waters, and Rogue Waters was a good game. Like, it seems like they kind of just made a new game in a different skin with, like, 1 or 2 extra mechanics on top of it. Luckily, I like new mechanics. If those mechanics are extraction mechanics, I'm totally cool with that. And so I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. I need to get my brain into thinking, like, ping pong or like pinball style for like where I can knock enemies around to play games like this, because I'm not naturally a fan of Into the Breach. I'm one of the few people that did not like Into the Breach at all. It was too clinical. It was too sterile. It was too like It was too much of a puzzle, I guess, for me to enjoy it. I like asymmetrical type games, but this has the asymmetry of being able to like throw grenades and heal your guys and do that other kind of stuff. I had fun with it. We'll see what it looks like once it actually comes out, and maybe we'll cover it again. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, it was Nightmare Frontier. Tomorrow it'll be something else. Thanks for hanging out, and that's all I got for you, folks. Bye.